hello. Sorry, I can't really see anything because the sun is in my eyes and like up my nose and in every other orifice of my body. Why is it so bright? But you know, I'm just gonna say it up front. I was a pussy when I was a kid. Now I'm not a kid anymore. That's the only thing that's changed, really. But like I was a pussy. Like I hid when my parents watched Harry Potter. Pussy. But sometimes as like an example of me being a pussy as a kid, as if you need an example, like you wouldn't just believe me, I bring up that I used to make my dad watch My Little Pony with me because I was worried it would be scary. And I know that that sounds ridiculous because it's My Little Pony. But you have to understand that it was actually completely justified because at some point when I was a child, I watched this. Oh, come on. Yeah, right. And listen, I found it on YouTube recently and it still scares me, genuinely. Like I did not want to watch it to write this script. I was scared. So fittingly, this movie begins with very cheerful music and ponies frolicking. And by fittingly, I mean completely unfittingly. This is not a nice movie. This is meant to set the scene. The scene is not this nice. We do find out also right at the start who is to blame for this. But this really is, it's the calm before the storm. And then we cut to this. And I'm already scared. Think about it. This is meant to be cute. This is meant to be a cute pony. This is their idea of cute. Do you understand why this scares me? She sounds like a witch. And they listened to that back and they went, yeah, that's adorable. Let's leave that in. I don't understand how you could possibly be surprised by someone who sneaks up on you while laughing as hard as they physically can.
Surprise frightened me. Sorry, Baby Cuddles.
We should change Baby Cuddles' name to I Need Hearing Aids Pony. Also, just a thought. Is Baby Cuddles a baby forever? Or was she just like born? Like recently? Because what I'm asking is like, do these ponies breed? I think that would honestly make for a less traumatizing movie. I would like to see that instead of this. So anyway, the ponies are making their way to Flutter Valley, wherever that is. And they're going very slowly because they're incredibly dysfunctional.
We're already late for the celebration.
Because Surprise keeps surprising them, which I guess is like her thing or whatever. Just something I picked up on. And Cupcakes had to bake the perfect cake before they left.
Perfection is not something to be rushed.
Who cares, Cupcakes? Just buy one. And then all of a sudden, brace yourself. We see some nipples bubbling, and then we fade to horror. Horror. This scene still plays in my head sometimes when I can't sleep at night, okay? This keeps me up. No, I'm not being dramatic. Just stop your crying. It's a sign of the times. No, but I should be crying. Like,
I hate Flutter Valley. We hate it too, Mom.
We hate the Flutter ponies too.
Listen to the voices. The voices. They haunt me. These two girls, they're like exactly like Cinderella's stepsisters, except scarier and uglier somehow. It's like they drank the opposite of the potion that made Shrek handsome. They drank ugly juice. Like they look human. Almost. But something's just not quite right. And I think it was extra scary when I was a kid because this witch sounds like she wants to rip off all the ponies' hooves one by one and shove them down their throats. But I didn't know why.
I want to make them pay for stopping the schmooze.
She was like, I'm so mad at them for stopping the schmooze. And I was like, what's the schmooze? I don't know what they did. Like, smooze? As in she went to like a My Little Pony business conference and the ponies wouldn't buy her essential oil. Is that what she's mad about? Also, her name is Hideous.
Mama, I need Hideous.
Which for some reason makes her scarier because like she's human but she's not human. That's not a human name. I don't like it. I'm just gonna call them the Ugly Shreksisters because I can't remember either of their names. I'm just gonna point some things out so we can establish who is which Ugly Shreksister. So Ugly Shreksister number 1 almost gets choked out by a vigilante snake. That snake paid the ultimate price for defending its brethren. A moment of silence. Alright. And Ugly Shreksister 2, I guess she needs to go to Specsavers, but she did pull off a pretty sick stunt. That would make Tony Hawk retire in a heartbeat, dude. People will be telling him he looks like Hideous instead of Tony Hawk. Oh, Hideous, no, Hideous is their mum's name. See, that's why I gave them other names. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Now listen, girls. We're gonna start by stopping those little ponies from getting to that celebration. Got it?
It's so scary because they all seem so unstable. Like this mother witch, she seems like she could snap at any second, and these two sisters would never be seen again.
You ask me how?
Like, I don't know if there's a CPS that could get involved or something. I feel like she just dropped them on their heads a bunch when these girls were babies, and this was the outcome. I don't think there's any other reason for them to be so stupid and so disfigured, not to be rude to the girls. And they would literally rather jump off a cliff than be near their parent waving around a big, scary spoon. Because they've clearly been through some stuff with her. Like, they're terrified. And rightfully so. Anyway, so for some reason, because of the schmooze that they stopped, Hideous sends the Shreksisters away to capture the My Little Ponies before they can make it to Flutter Valley. And then she screams at the sky about like, youths these days.
Whoa, kids, what is it with them today?
As boomers do, and just walks off the edge of a cliff because you can't let boomers do anything by themselves. And she just floats for an an inordinate amount of time before she realizes that she's supposed to fall. And I don't like how she's human, but she defies the laws of humanness. Let's spin opera.
See you later, Hidea. Bye. What am I gonna do with them?
Then what am I gonna do with them? That is so relatable for the parents watching while the kids hide behind the couch in fear. So, right, the Shrek sisters have been set out to stop the My Little Ponies from reaching their celebration destination, which honestly the ponies seem to be doing a pretty good job of themselves. Like, now they just look miserable, but they've done it to themselves. Like, you're going to a celebration, guys, perk up, yay, yay! The Flutter Valley celebration. I still don't know what that means. I'm struggling to understand, like, are the Shrek sisters the size of thumbtacks? Because they were in this tiny ass bush and it turned into a whole forest. Like, did they shrink or have they always been that size? I don't know what's going on. And now that's a whole nother bush. I can really see how the ponies haven't noticed them though, because they are so camouflaged. Also, they look very busy and preoccupied rocking back and forth on the spot. Like, are they charging? What are they doing?
Go down there and grab them, that's how.
Oh, I just noticed that pretty pink bow. Jojo with the Bobo out here. Oh my god, are they in another bush? Now they're in another bush.
We gotta outsmart them.
You mean we have to get help?
I do respect Ginger Witch Girl. I still don't know their names. For being self-aware enough to know that she couldn't even outsmart like a rock, let alone another living, breathing creature with a
I
brain.
have an idea.
That was a great idea. Try doing that again, but just off the edge of a volcano this time. What the fuck?
It's gotta be in here somewhere. Large intestine, more bullets, and here it is. Lasso.
No, there it's not. Oh, there it is. We can only read it now that it's further away. That makes sense.
Hold this.
Oh, those flowers are definitely doing something for Ginger Witch Girl. I can see that for sure. She's loving it.
Get ready. Here they come. Oh, I hope we don't miss the celebration. You're gonna miss more than that.
God, these camera angles have me so invested in the action. I feel like I'm there. Also, that you're gonna miss more than that. Like, the next event they're gonna attend is their funeral. Like, why are we going so dark? Not the cake! Not the cake! You can't have a celebration without cake!
Not so fast, dragon breath.
What is this imagery telling her? She's not seeing them in real time. She's just staring at a pile of their bodies. It's like she threw her My Little Pony dolls in the toilet and she's just watching them float there.
I'm so proud!
I wonder where the little ponies are. They're never late.
Well, the ponies were probably just going to be late on their own accord, but since the witches showed up, now they're just going to be dead. Isn't that exciting? You know what they say, I'd rather be dead than late. That's what they say, right?
Oh, I hope nothing bad happened. What could happen? It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Life is wonderful. Down there.
Blue Pony just did a whole spiel about like how the day was beautiful and nothing could possibly go wrong while the My Little Ponies were literally being held hostage like 2 feet away from her. Her friends are never gonna listen to her again. She's gonna be like, good morning, and they're gonna be like, is it, Blue Pony, is it? Because the last time you said that. Sorry, I'm not doing a great job of explaining this storyline. I'm just kind of commenting. Listen, okay. So the Flutter Ponies, they switched to utter flutter mode. And utter flutter mode made the Shrek sisters sneeze 3 times, which allowed the My Little Ponies to escape. Stay with me here. So then the Shrek sisters had a little cry.
What if she finds out we failed?
Because we all need a little cry sometimes. So they cried and then they just sort of evilly started making their way to Flutter Valley again.
The sun is the lamp that lights our valley and spreads beauty and love with its warmth.
Cult vibes. They get bread between their ass cheeks. Like, where did she get this sandwich from? Did she pick it from a tree? Like, so they had their smoker and then the Shrek sisters got back to work trying to like kill the ponies or whatever they're trying to do. I don't really know what they're doing. And this time it's Ginger Witch Girl's turn to come up with a plan. She sounds very excited.
From the sun comes light, from the sun comes power.
Yeah, definitely a cult that we're watching. We are watching the My Little Pony cult. They then went on to sing a song about the sun and how it makes flowers grow and is warm for no apparent reason. And I think that was it. I think that was the whole celebration. Personally, I wouldn't consider that worth the travel, but maybe that's just because it didn't have the cake.
I can't find anything.
So she can't find anything because the pages are blank unless you look at them from 20 feet away.
A landslide. We'll bury him.
Good idea.
That is a good idea for a kid's movie. Oh, please don't eat the little green thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And here's a chocolate cake, Rose Dust. Well, it was a chocolate cake.
Honestly, Cupcake's creation and subsequent destruction has been the saddest part of this entire movie. Not the scariest part, but the saddest part.
What is it? Thunder? Drums? Heavy dancing?
Ah, no, just an oncoming landslide with light dancing.
Better hurry!
And then I got to this point and I realized, oh my god, this isn't a movie, this is a series? I'm confused. And I think I'm confused because I'm too scared to allow myself to fully understand what's happening because I'm scared. Like, there is a wall up between me and My Little Pony, The End of Flutter Valley. And I'm not going to break down that wall. I feel very safe behind the wall. So I don't know if I'm going to do the rest of this because, like I said, I'm very scared. And honestly, I don't know what else I can add to it. All I want to know is that you guys agree with me that this is scary. Please let me know. And if you also watched this when you were a kid, please share the ways in which it traumatized you. Because I know there's something. But anyway, thank you so much for accompanying me on this journey. I will see you, wouldn't want to be you. I don't know why I said that. Like a little primary school bully. Oh my god, I'm regressing. I shouldn't have watched this. I'm regressing. I'm just rambling. I'm gonna go. Bye!